Everyone, welcome to this special episode of MOE'S CD Culture Show and Tell. And today I'm revisiting Under the Covers with Susanna, Hoff, and Matthew Sweet. Now there's a special reason why I want to show this again. A is because I really love this album. Now I did already a video where I highlighted his solo stuff, and I presented this the first time when I did my videos for Matthew Sweet. You can always go back and check that out. I'll leave a link to it right up here so that you can go check that out, at least the first part, and then you can find the second part for sure. But why I'm bringing this up again is because I don't think I did it justice the first time around when I presented this, and just how awesome this is. Now it comes with 4 discs, and I kind of showed it the wrong way when I presented it the first time. So let's look at that again and see if you can't see this. The first disc here it's all the 60s, the 1960s stuff, and there's a few bonus tracks in this. When I first heard this, I only had that first CD, and it didn't have any of the bonus tracks at all. And then I made a deal with Frank's Music that I traded in a couple of the CDs that I had for this amazing, beautiful little box set, which I am wanting to really highlight here. Now, my reason for showing this today is because as you've seen in yesterday's video, I just became a Patreon to Larry Graves, who also goes by the name of Canadian Stud Muffin, and the song I'm requesting for him is on that first album of the 60s. And I'm going to open this up so I'll give you a little bit of a better look at the booklet and that. So actually first, wait, I'll get to that in a second. So these are the albums. This one here is from the 60s. They go by SID and SUSIE, Under the Covers Volume 1, and yeah, it's all about the 1960s. Then there's volume 2 with Sid and Susie, and that covers the 1970s, part 1. And then of course you got the volume 2 again, but it's covering also the 70s, part 2. And then this is not as good. Every decade, for some reason, my favorite album is that first one, the 60s. But this is volume 4. Volume 3. But it's the 80s, the 1980s. So they go from the 60s, 2 albums for the 70s, and then this last one for the 80s. But like I said, my favorite one is the 60s one. The first one from the 60s. Now, I'm going to get into the booklet and the song that I requested to Larry Graves. And it's a short song. It's only 2 minutes and 10 seconds, so he should be able to go through it pretty quickly. So it comes, of course, with this beautiful book. Lots of reading material. I could have made this an ASMR video, but it's actually part of my MOE'S CD Culture Show and Tell. See, a lot of good blurbs about it and everything. Quite a few pages on that. And then it gets into the productions. So a little introduction here, and there's Matthew Sweet and Susanna Hoff. And so let's start with the first song here, which is not my request. It's that song number 2, which is the request I made to Larry Graves. And the first song is I See the Rain by the Marmalades, which is a great. Every song on this album is top notch. A beautiful album. But the song that I requested is number 2 here, which is And Your Bird Can Sing, written by it's by the Beatles. And there's John Lennon, Paul McCartney's the songwriters on that. And what they say about this is that And Your Bird Can Sing has always been one of our favorite Beatles songs. The guitar parts alone get top honors, and in Susie's opinion, Bird is one of the greatest slang terms for a girl ever. Too bad it never caught on in America, she says, and you can call me Bird anytime, Sid, and I will do. This bird can sing. Yes, she can. I tell you, out of all the singers that I love out there, she is my top favorite female singer of all time, I would say. I mean, second place would be maybe Suzanne Vega and Stevie Nicks. They're really close second, third, pretty interchangeable. But hands down, my favorite female singer, even when she was with the Bangles, I still love her stuff with the Bangles. But her singing on all this whole box set, this whole entire box set, is top notch. It's some of the. I need to play this again soon. I played this a lot already, but I need to play this again soon because it's just such beautiful music. And I know Larry is going to love this, especially since the Beatles is his favorite band, and I couldn't think of any better song to start my request with him with than And Your Bird Can Sing. Then the next song on this would be It's All Over Now, Baby Blue by Bob Dylan. And again, awesome. Who Knows Where the Time Goes by Fairport Convention. Then there's Cinnamon Girl by Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Then Alone Again Or by the band Love. Then The Warmth of the Sun by the Beach Boys. Different Drum by, I'm going to need to get my magnifying glass, it's kind of dark here, by the Stone Ponies. Yeah, I love, probably my favorite song that she sings. Her voice on that is just dreamy. Like, I definitely would have, like, if I would have been able to be with Susanna Hoffs and I was married to her, I would not have her talk to me. I would have her sing everything to me because her voice is so beautiful and lovely. And then the next song, number 9, is The Kids Are All Right by The Who. And then there's Sunday Morning by the Velvet Underground, which is awesome. Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere by, again, another Neil Young and Crazy Horse song. Then there's Bells Against... Oh, sorry, I read the wrong thing there. The next song number 12, is Care of Cell Number 44 by the Zombies. And then there's Monday Monday by the Mamas and Papas. She May Call You Up Tonight by the Left Banks. Run to Me by the Bee Gees. And then there's the bonus tracks, which is the Village Green Preservation Society by the Kinks. And then I Can See for Miles, another song by The Who. It's a fantastic, fabulous album. And then now we're going to go into the 70s, part 1. And what they do with this one is they start off with Sugar Magnolia, which is a Grateful Dead song. Then Go All the Way by the Raspberries. Then they got Secondhand News by Fleetwood Mac. Again, I love her voice a little bit better than the Stevie Nicks. But I don't think it was Stevie Nicks no, it was Lindsey Buckingham that actually sang that one. Which, of course, I should give props to Lindsey, because she has an awesome voice too. Just probably almost up there with Stevie Nicks, but I like Stevie Nicks a little bit better. And I've always been a fan of Suzanne Vega for like since that video for Luca. Now, the next song, number 4 on this, was Bell Bottom Blues by Derek and the Dominoes. Then you get All the Young Dudes with Mott the Hoople. Kind of a strange name for a band, but I'm aware of them. I like them. Yeah, All the Young Dudes is good. Then there's the You're So Vain by Carly Simon. And then Here Comes My Girl, a Tom Petty and the Heartbreaker song. Fantastic job on that too. I've Seen All Good People, Your Move, All Good People by Yes. Everything on these are excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. But again, I love that 60s stuff a little bit better. Then there's Hello It's Me by Todd Rundgren. Yeah, Todd Rundgren. Then there's Willing by Little Feat, spelled F-E-A-T, not F-E-E-T. Yeah, Willin' by Little Feat. Then there's Back of a Car by Big Star. And then there's Couldn't I Just Tell You by another song by Todd Rundgren. And then there's Gimme Some Truth, a John Lennon song. Awesome, awesome. Then Maggie May by Rod Stewart. Then there's Everything I Own by Bread, a band called Bread. And the last song on part 1 of the 70s is Beware of Darkness. George Harrison song. Yeah, really, really, really awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, sorry, but I keep hitting that mic every now and then. That's just the nature of my videos here and there. So now I'm going to get into there's volume. It's kind of weird. Okay, they put, because they have a write out for the 60s one, and then they have write-outs, which I haven't read any of those. I could have, but I don't want to make this video too long. But when it comes to the volume 2, the 1970s part 2, they don't have any write-outs. They just have the list of the songs here, which will be a little bit easier for me to go through. So they have Dreaming by Blondie, Marquee Moon by Television, I Want to Be Sedated by Ramones, Baby Blue by Badfinger, which is awesome. I love that. You Said You Don't Love Me by Buzzcocks. What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding by Brinsley Schwartz. You Can Close Your Eyes by James Taylor. Melissa by the Allman Brothers Band. Killer Queen by Queen. And A Song for You, Graham Parsons. Yeah, it's really good. And now we're going to go actually with the volume 3 here, which they continue to do the little blurbs underneath for each one of those. Now on volume 3, which is the 80s stuff, they have Sitting Still by R.E.M., Girls Talk by Dave Edmunds, sung by and just look how beautiful Susanna Hoffs is. I still think she's such a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. And there's Matthew Sweet in the background. I kind of really hope that Larry Graves can get into Matthew Sweet. I think he would love his work. I'm sure of it. Then there's Big Brown Eyes by the Decibels. Yeah, it's the D-B, small d, big B, apostrophe S. So it would be called the Decibels. But yeah, they do Big Brown Eyes. Then there's Kid by the Pretenders. Then there's Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. Save It for Later, which I really like that. Save It for Later. Yeah, it's really good, by the English Beat. And again, some nice pictures of Matthew Sweet and Susanna Hoffs. And another awesome picture of Matthew Sweet and Susanna Hoffs. And then there's They Don't Know by Christy McCall. And then there's The Bulrushes by the Bongos. Our Lips Are Sealed by the Go-Go's. How Soon Is Now by the Smiths. which is awesome. I really like the Smith version of that too, of course. Then there's More Than This by Roxy Music, and Towers of London by XTC. XTC. And then there's Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen. And then there's Trouble by Lindsey Buckingham. And the bonus tracks are Train in Vain by The Clash, You're My Favorite Waste of Time by Marshall Crenshaw, and I Would Die For You by Prince. So that's pretty much all the track list of everything that they do on this album. And another awesome picture of Susanna and Matthew Sweet. So if you don't know anything by Matthew Sweet, I highly urge you to check them out because I find he's a wonderful, wonderful songwriter. I have many of his CDs. I have over I have quite a few of that. But this is what I wanted to highlight today again because I don't think I did it justice the first time around when I did present it with the Matthew Sweet, and I even presented the Bangles after this one because I do have a Bangles CD of greatest hits. But this is the highlight for sure. And again, the song that I requested to Larry Graves to check out is their version of "And Your Bird Can Sing" by the Beatles, because I know he'll love that. So as always, everybody, please take care, be safe. I will see you on the flip side, and have a great day, evening, night, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.